and then go to the chorus. Right here. And then that's easy.
This video is all about how to use passing chords in modern worship music. Passing chords can make a huge impact in your worship team. It's an amazing way to add some interest into a chord progression that you've played maybe even 100 times. But a lot of modern worship musicians aren't confident in how to approach this from the keyboard. Today we're going to be learning from Isaac Rodríguez, who is a master at inserting tasteful passing chords into, pretty much any chord progression I've ever thrown at you so far, right? So guys, it's going to be awesome. Isaac's going to make this simple and give you some tips to be able to nail passing chords for yourself. So let's dive right into it. Isaac, how you doing?
Good, I'm doing great. I'm Isaac Rodríguez. We're gonna introduce today passing chords. Sometimes we tend to play a song 3, 4, 10, 20 times and you like playing the same way. But how can you add a little bit of flavor? And that's what I like to call it. It's nothing like out of the ordinary, but maybe a passing chord, maybe once or maybe twice a song. And for those of you who don't know what a passing chord is when you try to connect two chords in the diatonic. Nothing outside of the key. Diving into it, I'll pick the key of C. C, super easy. C. Let's go and pick Jireh, for example. A new song from Elevation and Maverick City. And let's pick the verse. If I was playing this song, for example, in the verse I will do 6, right? It's just 5 and 4 and then 1. But if I want to go to the 6, that's when I add a passing chord.
Okay.
And I will do an E major, and just to go to the 6, if I was playing this, I don't know the lyrics pretty well. I was saying, calling you up, and that's it. So, as we know, E major or E is part of the C scale. So but how can I add it? Well, I just take my 3 chord, which is my E in this moment, and it's usually a minor chord in the scale of C. But if I can just turn it into a major, automatically turns into a passing chord. So so.
And it's hinting at that melody, right?
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
So it's leading.
Getting there.
Yes, we are going here.
Okay, so if we wanted to insert this passing chord, this E major, as we're turning this progression around, let's just play through that a couple times, maybe once without the passing chord. I'll play along with you.
Yep.
And then add that in just so we can hear the context of how this flows.
Okay.
Yeah?
Sounds good. Do it again.
Nice. So this begs the question that I think a lot of people might come to pretty quickly. How much does the rest of the band need to be in on what you're doing versus being able to just kind of do something passing by yourself without the rest of the band needing to follow along? How do you balance that out?
It's really important to understand when to do these chords. It's not like I'm gonna do it all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't do it in the verses. Maybe we do it in the choruses. Maybe not at the first choruses, but it's really important to understand when to do it. You need to listen to the song a lot and to be ready for the rehearsal, because this kind of stuff, if I have the song complete, I can, by ease, I can throw this and I can tell the team hey, what if the second verse we do it all? Or maybe the big chorus, the last chorus, we're gonna do in the chorus, we're gonna throw this progression, but it's easy for the band to follow along instead of me just doing it by myself. If I'm playing this chord progression and I'm playing, I can do, so I can do those kind of stuff if I'm playing on my own. Those kind of riffs, I'm literally taking just my walking up.
Yeah.
It's that easy. And then you land in the 6. So
you're kind of practicing 2 skills here. 1, coming up with the idea.
Yeah.
And then 2, finding the right times to use it and when not to use it.
Yeah.
They're passing chords, I guess, for a reason, right? You use them in passing. and then you kind of tuck them away, and then you maybe bring them back out later on, right? So,
Yeah, it's you're not trying to oversaturate people unless you play in gospel. These are things that in gospel are really common, and as we know, gospel is basically jazz in church, and so like in gospel, it tends to move a lot, and these kind of like chord progressions are from gospel. If we were trying to play it in another way, I will say, let's take the verse again. I can do. So I can do those kind of like throw that minor fifth in there.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't do the E, but maybe I do and land on the 4. So like, and those are like kind of like the gospel feeling of it. As a musician, something that I learned about passing chords, about learning songs. It's like you need to learn it in each key. I can go to D, and we can do. It's gonna make you a better musician. If I only learn this in C and I try to transpose all the time, it's kind of like, okay, you're doing it pretty cool, but what happens if one day you need to play in a grand?
But the cool thing is people can start simple in C and understand like what's happening emotionally. You mentioned like the E is bringing the 6.
Yeah.
It's taking you to A minor. So then let's just start with another key. Another key we play in all the time. Let's go to G, and we're gonna find that feel there.
Let's do Waymaker in G. And let's try to do Waymaker, easy chord progression. We all know 4, 1, 5, 6.
Yep.
So like if we do it in G, for example, let's do Waymaker in G, and let's go to the chorus. So let's do 1, 2, 3. So we go Waymaker. And then you can do, and you lay in the 4. So that's kind of like, but again, that's the major 3 in Waymaker is.
Right. And it feels so different in this key with this song, but you just did the exact same thing that we did with this first arrangement, the exact same passing chord concept idea, but it's hitting completely different because we're in a different song.
Yeah.
Could you play that a lot slower?
Yeah. So like we're gonna do Waymaker, back to the 1. To the 5, and then if you want to go another passing chord, it's your minor 5th, so it will be, and then 1/3, and back to the 4.
Yeah. So the thing that throws people off is not that any one of those chords is outside of their playing ability, right? You just played major and minor chords, that's it. It's the combination and the order and the intentionality behind them. So let's play that one more time at speed.
If I was playing this, I will only throw it maybe after the bridges. So the last chorus, you know, when you get big with your team or whatever, even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. You never stop working. And they go to the chorus. Right here, I got, and then again, you're not getting out of the scale. You're not throwing any chords that are like are pretty odd. Like I'm not trying to play here a jazz chord or an inversion chords. Those are the ones that are very difficult. I feel like this kind of things is kind of like choosing the specific time on it. It's not all the time. I wouldn't do that the first chorus.
A song like Waymaker is a great candidate for this because there's 4 chords. Like if you're gonna give the band a little extra homework or something to practice, a 4-chord wonder kind of song is the best possible type of song to introduce this kind of concept, because you say like, I'm asking you to learn 3 other steps of this song. Everything else is gonna stay the same. We've played Waymaker 100 times.
Yep.
Let's do something special that's going to add a little bit of energy for a specific purpose.
It's always to keep it the communication, and again, respecting your team and your worship leader or your music director at your church to be able to do kind of things, just not throwing out there in the middle of the service and everybody just turns back and look at you like, that was pretty cool, but
I think a lot of people, when they hear this being done or see it being done, it looks so effortless. Like we see great keys players. I see you play and it's coming out. It's clearly just like you're not really thinking about it a lot. But people think that that means it's all improvisational, right? And it's actually like the exact opposite of improvisation. It is practicing and refining and building up that skill set, that vocabulary, so it seems effortless, but there was some effort put in behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So could you take us back to the key of C, and let's do this with one more song. Let's do What a Beautiful Name in C.
If I was playing What a Beautiful Name It Is, the last chorus of the song, after the bridges, for that last chorus, let's keep it big, so let's do the chord progression, and I'm gonna throw it out there. If I was playing it, when I would throw it in the chord. So we go, what a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name. The name of 5, 4, 1/3, 5, and then right here I will do what a the name of. So I would throw it in that what a beautiful name it is, or maybe it's you vamp. So if I was thinking also as well, when he does a vamp, what a beautiful name it is, and so I will use it. What a beautiful name it is, the name of G, and I will do what a beautiful name it is, the name of, and then so I would do that if I was maybe in the band. But it's again, it's finding that specific moment. What a Beautiful Name is kind of like such a simple song, and at the beginning you're trying to keep it really simple, just some rows there, but not trying to do too much. After the bridges, when it's building, you can throw this with the whole band, and that's something you can say, hey, in the last chorus, let's throw that major 3, and the bass player you can figure it out. You can walk, you go just hit the E, just walk, or maybe it's just like just staying in there, and the keys would do and walk up. It will not throw everyone enough in the congregation. You do it one, maybe twice, and the congregation, it will feel different and will be like, wow, I never heard this version. And maybe the next time you play, you don't do it. So it's kind of like, and maybe you do it on another song. So it's kind of like figure out the song and also the timing as well.
There's one other element of timing, right? Whether the band is talented enough to do it.
Yeah.
And finding the timing for that. So let's break this down now and talk about not the keys technique, but what the rest of the band can do at a bare minimum, which is just hitting that major 3rd chord right here. So let me represent the rest of the band and play this, and I'm just gonna hit this one chord. It's one passing chord while you're gonna do that walk up, and it's just that E major chord. This is the bare minimum of what we could ask them to do, that you could just say, when we get to this moment, everybody hang on this chord. Maybe the guitar could follow that line up. But if you just want to keep it really simple, this is where people can start so that everybody feels like they're supporting what's going on.
Let's try the chorus though. 1, 2, what a beautiful name.
Right back into it.
And then we'll go the attack. And then you can do it again.
Yep. Turn around.
And then.
Nice.
That's easy.
Yeah. And as a guitarist, all I had to do was play an E chord.
E chord.
Which guitarists are good at doing.
Yep.
Awesome. Isaac, thanks so much for sharing your knowledge with us. If you guys want to see this in action at another level, we're going to link Isaac's YouTube channel in the description, because he's fitting this in incredibly tasteful ways through all of the live recordings of your worship services that you play in every week. So I hope you guys will check out his channel. Leave a comment and let us know what you'd like to see next, what questions you have about passing chords. Isaac, thanks for spending some time with us, man.
Absolutely, man.
You want to play us out?
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
There you
Right
go.
on.
See you guys.